First of all, how is Rowdy Tellez still here? I mean, I don't mean that as a joke. I mean, this is, if I'm in that clubhouse, I'm wondering, where's the accountability? What are we doing here? This guy's done. He played
he's
yesterday.
Been struggling, and he sounded like a guy yesterday when I spoke to him after the game about a guy who, realized that the end could be very near. I think Derek Shelton being kind of dismissive about Tellez instead of supportive was one sign, and then Tellez, as the further he spoke, he realized, the crowd has turned against him. They booed him before he came to bat in the fourth inning with the bases loaded and one out, and got booed. Instead of cheering, hey, here's a chance for a grand slam, they booed Rowdy Tellez. I think it's getting to him. I think he's tried a bunch of different things with his swing, with his approach to end this funk that he's been in.
What'd he say? What'd he say about getting booed?
What's that?
What'd he say about getting booed?
He just said it's not fun. It's not fun every time, especially when you're getting booed at home. It's one thing when you get booed on the road. I think the players kind of almost revel in that. When you're getting booed by the home crowd, it's a sign of dissatisfaction. And this town has made Rowdy Tellez the lightning rod for everything wrong with the Pirates. So he's not enjoying it, I can tell you that much.
No, he shouldn't be. But would you agree, Kevin? Would you agree? Seriously, would you agree, though? He made himself the lightning rod when he decided, 2 days into his time here, to tell us all how we're supposed to act and use the phrase, what was his phrase?
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here. And it's like, my man, you've been in Milwaukee. What are you talking about? You don't know what we do here. That right there put a lightning rod on his back. And Joe and I sat here and predicted if this guy doesn't perform, he's definitely going to understand what booing sounds like, because people are going to say, oh, okay, so you want to tell us that we can't boo your teammate? Good, we're going to boo you.
And to further your point, Paul, I think since he did that, he's batting something like 137 with, I think, 2 RBIs. He knows he did that. I think he stood up for a teammate and saw something he didn't appreciate. But really, Rowdy Tellez shouldn't have been the guy to do that. I think it should have been somebody like Brian Reynolds or Key Brian Hayes if somebody was going to do it. Somebody who has some time here and somebody who has some job security with a long-term contract, as opposed to a one-year guy who's on a free agent deal. But yeah, certainly put a target on his back but he's not everything that's wrong with the Pirates. He's just the guy who's bearing the brunt of it. There's a lot to pick apart with this team, and I think you start with the bullpen right now after the way they blew 2 games where I don't recall this ever happening before. I know it's happened. I think I saw a tweet that it said it's four times since 1900, but back-to-back games with grand slams and you lose both games.